Ulysses S. Grant. First Inaugural Address. March 4, 1869. Citizens of the United States, your suffrages having elected me to the office of President of the United States, I have, in conformity to the Constitution of our country, taken the oath of office prescribed therein. I have taken this oath without mental reservation and with the determination to do to the best of my ability all that it requires of me. The responsibilities of the position I feel, but accept them without fear. The office has come to me unsought. I commence its duties untrammeled. I bring to it a conscientious desire and determination to fill it to the best of my ability and to the satisfaction of the people. On all leading questions agitating the public mind, I will always express my views to Congress and urge them according to my judgment, and when I think it advisable will exercise the constitutional privilege of interposing a veto to defeat measures which I oppose. But all laws will be faithfully executed whether they meet my approval or not. I shall on all subjects have a policy to recommend, but none to enforce against the will of the people. Laws are to govern all alike, those opposed as well as those who favor them. I know no method to secure the repeal of bad or obnoxious laws so effective as their stringent execution. The country having just emerged from a great rebellion, many questions will come before it for settlement in the next 4 years, which preceding administrations have never had to deal with. In meeting these, it is desirable that they should be approached calmly, without prejudice, hate, or sectional pride, remembering that the greatest good to the greatest number is the object to be attained. This requires security of person and property, and free religious and political opinion in every part of our common country, without regard to local prejudice. All laws to secure these ends will receive my best efforts for their enforcement. A great debt has been contracted in securing to us and our posterity the Union. The payment of this, principal and interest, as well as the return to a specie basis as soon as it can be accomplished without material detriment to the debtor class or to the country at large, must be provided for. To protect the national honor, every dollar of government indebtedness should be paid in gold, unless otherwise expressly stipulated in the contract. Let it be understood that no repudiator of 1 farthing of our public debt will be trusted in public place, and it will go far toward strengthening a credit which ought to be the best in the world, and will ultimately enable us to replace the debt with bonds bearing less interest than we now pay. To this should be added the faithful collection of the revenue, a strict accountability to the Treasury for every dollar collected, and the greatest practicable retrenchment in expenditure in every department of government. When we compare the paying capacity of the country now with the 10 states in poverty from the effects of war, but soon to emerge, I trust, into greater prosperity than ever before, with its paying capacity 25 years ago, and calculate what it probably will be 25 years hence, who can doubt the feasibility of paying every dollar then with more ease than we now pay the interest annually? Why, it looks as though Providence had bestowed upon us a strong box in the precious metals locked up in the sterile mountains of the far west, and which we are now forging the key to unlock, to meet the very contingency that is now upon us. Ultimately, it may be necessary to ensure the facilities to reach these riches, and it may be necessary also that the general government should give its aid to secure this access. But that should only be when a dollar of obligation to pay secures precisely the same sort of dollar to use now, and not before. Whilst the question of specie payments is in abeyance, the prudent businessman is careful about contracting debts payable in the distant future. The nation should follow the same rule. A prostrate commerce is to be rebuilt, and all industries encouraged. The young men of the country, those who from their age must be its rulers 25 years hence, have a peculiar interest in maintaining the national honor. A moment's reflection as to what will be our commanding influence among the nations of the earth in their day, if they are only true to themselves, should inspire them with national pride. A large share of the national debt has been contracted in the form of legal tender notes. I do not believe that these should remain permanently in circulation, but they should be retired as rapidly as practicable without producing a financial stringency. I would deal with the whole subject of finance as a merchant would deal with his private affairs, by reducing expenses, increasing receipts, avoiding large debts, and by carrying out faithfully every contract made. If these views meet the approval of Congress and the country, I shall be glad to cooperate in carrying them into effect. If not, I shall submit to their will and seek to carry out the policy they may adopt. I earnestly desire that questions growing out of the late war and the reconstruction of the states lately in rebellion may be settled without unnecessary delay, and I trust that the policy pursued will be such as to secure permanent peace, harmony, and prosperity throughout the land. In conclusion, I ask patient forbearance, one toward another throughout the land, and a determined effort on the part of every citizen to do his share toward cementing a happy union.